that you would like to ask from the speakers, either you can write and send it forward to me, or you can get up and ask the question, whichever the way you like it, and then I can direct it to the speaker concerned.
Yeah, thank you for these two good questions. Question number one, why I say military intelligence? Even I said LTT attacked most of these embassies and government centers. I think military should take the leadership. That is my personal view. Military intelligence is main one if you are thinking about national security in a country. Now today, e-national security. Why I say e-national security? Military capable of conducting such investigation. Now this is not only in Sri Lanka. Mainly if you see other countries, this cyber combating is given for military. Because with their intelligence, they are mainly responsible not only for army, all the other institutions in a country. Maybe it's private sector, maybe in the public sector, because capability and also liability is there for Ministry of Defense. Rather than Ministry of Defense, I personally view, with my 2 years experience working in this university, and various centers where I lecture, North and East and other parts, that's why I am proposing to Ministry of Defense to come up with the cyber army squadron to combat illegal attacks because they have the capability. And the second one, I think Mr. Susanta Vijayamana gave the answer because they have certain, bilateral, unilateral agreements. But the issue is this, even still United Nations organization, they have various type of conventions. They have electronic signature convention, they have e-commerce convention, but they don't have a combat to cyber crime. Only European Union model is there. So that's why I said if you and think about that, definitely and automatically the extradition case also coming up. Because I know certain cases, even Susanta, you have seen certain websites were attacked. I know from where, Brazil. But still we don't have certain agreements to take them here. Even there are certain agreements. Now without any agreement, KP was taken to Sri Lanka, that's a different issue. So even having or not, it's all capabilities of the embassies to take up that. But legally we should have sometime. Even, right, I'll tell the example. When Sujit was killed, immigration, this custom officer, the website ran, head with blood. Later they found from Malaysia. But we were unable to take him back to Sri Lanka. So those issues are there. So that's why I mean convention is very, very important rather than, bilateral treaties. Thank you.
If I am to just make some observations on your two questions, as far as the extradition is concerned, the government policies try to entice as possible, as I told you earlier. But at the same time, there are certain limitations. Though we would like to have extradition treaties with certain countries, those countries do not want to have that type of an arrangement. So these are the issues that we are very concerned. And with regard to universal jurisdiction, that should be very carefully used because if you start using universal jurisdiction on each and every offense and try to get people, then especially the military officers will find it very difficult to travel anywhere in the world because of this concept. So even the countries which have recognized say wide interpretation of universal jurisdiction are now rethinking on that, and they are brought in. They are trying to interpret it narrowly. So the concept is now going to be the views in the world is that. And with regard to terrorism, I should say UN has not been able to define terrorist. Who is a terrorist? Because for one group it's a terrorist, another group is a freedom fighter, another group it is a nationalist. So therefore the word terrorist has not been defined even in the United Nations. That I should say. Okay, any other questions, please? Can I respond to that with my little knowledge in this area, being in the Foreign Office? The Hague Convention is now looking at it very carefully, and also in Geneva they are looking at it under the WIPO, and they had a couple of workshops. The last was held in Bangkok about 3 months back with regard to developing a convention, as what you rightly said, with regard to cybercrime, so that countries can become a party to that. So then the offences will be agreed upon, right? And whether we could go forward towards that. But as you know, for a convention to come into operation, it will take some time. If you the last piece of international legislation that really covered the whole world was with regard to the law of the sea. It took almost 30 years for them to finalize the text because there are conflicting interests of the parties, and then you have to bring all of them on board with regard to agreeing to one text. So it might take time, but I should say the people are working, the countries are working towards that, because that is what is important. Yes, any more questions? We might be able to accommodate one more question if there is, because we already gone beyond the time. If there are no questions, let me thank on behalf of the organizers, that is the General Sir John Kotholavala Defence University, for organizing this symposium and inviting me and the other speakers, and also would like to thank all of you for attending this morning. Thank you very much.